Hi folks, welcome to Stationary Monologues, where you get to hear someone ramble on about fountain pens, paper, and everything in between. In a world where you have access to a mobile phone that can connect to a foldable keyboard that fits in your pocket, or a gel pen that writes flawlessly and costs a few bucks, fountain pens are no longer a necessity. As such, they have become a hobby for the few. Many will find it baffling that people are willing to go through the hassle of learning how to hold a fountain pen, refill inks, and clean them, all at a higher price point. Nevertheless, many others and I will swear by the beauty of fountain pens. But before I go into any of that, we should go over some of the most basic fountain pen lingo that will help you get into the hobby. By the end of this video, you should know the basics of fountain pens well enough to at least ask or search for more information. On the screen are 4 different fountain pens, each with a story of its own. Most fountain pens you encounter will have the following 3 parts constituting the exterior: the cap, the barrel, and the clip. While they contribute little to the actual feel of writing, aside from the weight of the pen that is, these 3 parts allow pen makers to imbue the pen with unique designs and actual art. Some fountain pens, like those from the Pilot Namiki Emperor collection, can take more than 3 months to complete because of the art that goes into the barrel and cap. Now, let's focus on the 3 different types of caps. First, we have the twist cap. In my personal opinion, the twist cap is the quintessential fountain pen cap. Whenever I twist the cap to use a fountain pen, I am very much present. I am not in a rush to write down an idea, nor am I on the move. Twisting a cap open is a very deliberate act that brings my mind into focus. It's almost like a Tibetan singing bowl with its deep, vibrating hum that helps you focus your mind. To maintain this peace of mind, always remind others that the pen is a twist pen when you lend it to someone. Next is the snap cap, also known as a push cap. A lot of the time, I find my workhorse fountain pens to be either a push cap or a capless, which we will discuss later. The reason is quite obvious. It's much quicker to open and close a push cap than it is to open a twist cap. My only tip here is not to yank open a push cap using 2 hands like a brute. Not only does this have the potential to damage the nib, but you may inadvertently get ink everywhere. To open the cap, simply push the cap off the barrel using the hand that's holding the pen. Finally, we have the capless pens. I believe the most famous pen in this category is the Pilot Vanishing Point, also known as capless outside of the US. Capless pens are truly the pinnacle of the on-the-go fountain pen. They're easy, fast, and can function as a fidget toy. To be fair, on that last point, all of these caps can be a fidget toy. Before we disassemble the pen, let's take a closer look at the front section of the uncapped pen. Most obviously, the grip section is where you hold your fountain pen. However, as you can see from these examples, each pen has its own way it wants to be handled. Some make it easier for the owners, whereas others give you all the freedom in the world. Let's take a look at this one. The name of this pen is the Lamy Safari, and it is considered one of the best beginner pens in the world. It's easy to see why. Aside from its nearly indestructible plastic exterior and Lego-like replaceability, its grip section is specifically designed so you hold the pen correctly. As long as you hold the pen the way it guides you, you won't have much problem writing with the pen. Alternatively, a lot of the pens you come across will have no such training wheels. Now let's take a look at the tip of the fountain pen. This plastic component tucked underneath is called the feed. It regulates the flow of ink from the reservoir to the nib. Then we have what makes a fountain pen, the nib. The nib largely has three parts: the tines and slit, the breather hole, and the tipping. The tines are the two flexible parts of the nib that taper toward the tip. The slit is the narrow gap between them that carries ink from the feed to the tip via capillary action. The breather hole, even if not visible, lets air into the reservoir to prevent a vacuum from forming as the ink flows out. The tipping is the small bulb of hard, wear-resistant metal alloy welded to the end of the tines. It is the part that actually touches the paper. Nibs are generally made of either gold or stainless steel. Although fountain pens with gold nibs are generally more expensive, this does not mean that they are better. As a matter of fact, I would be surprised if anyone could claim to distinguish between a gold and steel nib with 100% accuracy. In the past, the corrosion-resistant properties of a gold nib may have made it objectively better than other materials, but with the advancement of modern stainless steel, I doubt that gold remains objectively superior. So, why do so many fountain pen enthusiasts gravitate toward gold? Well, why do we like gold in the first place? It's shiny and pretty, and we, the human race, have imbued it with value. Simply put, steel nibs are better for our wallets, and gold nibs are better for self-satisfaction. Nibs also come in a variety of sizes. I haven't tried everything myself, but most commonly, they go from smallest to largest, extra fine, fine, medium, and broad. While manufacturers use this language, there really isn't a set size. Each manufacturer has its own way of sizing up each nib, and even within the same manufacturer, different product lines can differ in size. Moving away from the nib, let's focus on the barrel. As you can see from these two disassembled pens, this disposable plastic part is called a cartridge, and this refilling mechanism is called a converter. Without a doubt, a cartridge is much more convenient. While these don't offer the best value for your money compared to glass bottles, they are not too expensive. However, one major downside is that they offer fewer color varieties. If you really want unique colors, you will have to get used to refilling inks. Some fountain pens, like this one here, have an integrated mechanism to refill inks. You can't use cartridges with these types of pens. While they are less convenient and more difficult to clean, they typically hold much more ink than converters or cartridges. With that, you should have enough terminology under your belt to ask about any problems you may be having with your fountain pens. If you made it this far, thank you for your time, and remember to leave a like. See you next time.